like we should have looked through like 70s
Hey
catalogs.
guys!
Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Are we about ready, Tony? So then Tony went and popped your boxes up there, and then we didn't pay attention. Oh, you got it.
Didn't
And
even
Tony
notice.
didn't say a word to
the
us.
boxes were
Can you
popping.
switch sides for a second?
No.
Perfect. Thank you. Now irrelevant. Carry on.
Hey guys, welcome to the party that we're having here.
Wee.
So we've just been doing all sorts of different types of geometric stamping for the last week or so, and today Ryan has prepped some belt samples. So if you aren't into the whole tooling thing, but you want to try some stamping, we are going to channel our inner 70s child today, and we are going to make some geometric belts.
I'll sing our inner, like, old Tandy kit.
Yeah.
You know?
Which was probably the 70s.
Yeah,
It was the
absolutely.
era. I do love, we're gonna Nancy Drew it with. So I have a little story.
Sorry, Nancy Drew.
Yeah, well, because like when they did the original Nancy Drew, it was like in the 80s, and so she was real hippie, and she had some cool belts. I loved like the original series. It was like dark, and she was a little bit older. It wasn't like the high school kind of situation. Those are my favorite Nancy Drews.
Also, I want to say for right now, I was looking at you, and I'm like, why is there a gray box in the middle? Like, where do I have a text box that's...
Oh, because the ruler?
The ruler is sitting up, and I was like, I finally figured it out.
That does look like just dead.
Like, over the mount. I was like, why do I have a gray box? What is that coming from?
That
Where
does
did I
look
set
it-
that
Just
up?
like a 60% gray mask.
Sorry, go ahead.
Weird illusion. Okay, story?
Well, yeah, so my dad passed away a few weeks ago, and so we've been looking at a lot of pictures,
Yeah.
from the Wayback Machine. And in it, I found a couple really cool ones. First of my grandpa on some of his travels, and he had just like the wildest belt on in the middle of some desert rock hunting, because that's what him and my grandma did after he retired, which was fantastic. And so like I've like zoomed in on it, and it's like something that I want to recreate at one point, but I haven't made it there yet. And then we found a picture of my dad like painting a leather belt strip, and I never saw him do leather work in my life, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. It was like this little floral. He was over there with his green paint,
In
like
your
painting
bones
the
and you don't
flowers.
even know it.
Yeah, and I mean, I knew that they did a little bit in high school, like that generation
Right, it's pretty
did, but
common.
I had never seen any, and so that was it was really special to
That's
me
awesome.
to
Yeah.
find that, and so I'm gonna print it out and put it in my studio.
I've tried and recreate it.
Yeah,
That's really
I am. That's going to be one of my goals for next year, is to recreate those two belts.
I love that.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm helping my dad right now try to find the old Tandy Cartwright for a wallet back that he did in high school, where their teacher just had them like impress the Cartwright onto it and then lace up the wallet. And he still has it, so he's like, I kind of want to remake it for myself, but do it right. I was
right.
like, absolutely, I'll see
It's
what I can
interesting
do.
where they were just like, you just put that on there and it's good to go.
The shop teacher was like, that's enough. I don't feel like talking to these kids that long.
We don't have the money for tools.
Right.
That's not in the school budget. But, alrighty, folks. So, Ryan, tell us what we got here.
So we got a bunch of 1.5" strips. That's not the only size belt, but if you're looking at like your standard stamped or tooled men's belt, it's usually going to be about 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
A wide variety of tools here that I've brought over just to play with. Bunch of different styles and shapes and sizes. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we've got a selection of veiners.
Yep.
We have a couple of bevelers, just in case you wanted to do a little bit
Tidy
of
up
beveling.
some
And I'm going to make this
edges.
not that way, this way.
Hey, look at that.
We've got camouflage tools, all sorts of camo tools, or just like bordering tools.
Yep.
Those are good.
Some various little texture guys, including a thumbprint and a Barry King leaf liner. If you want to get
Nice.
really fancy.
We've got a couple of geo tools,
Mhm.
and then some of your meander style border tools.
Yep.
So,
And then some mule's flits, just in case you want a little extra tippy tap.
and a cedar or two. So once
Yep.
again, this is like, we are stamping. This is not carving.
Yep.
We do have swivel knives, but that's mostly to cut our border in so that we can do that. But otherwise, this is just stamping. So this is great for your kids, your middle schoolers, your high schoolers to get them into some leather work. Probably be pretty great for people that maybe have kind of limited hand mobility, where they can just like hold something, and go. Yeah.
And if you just find out that, like I was talking about, for me, the geometric stamping doesn't spark my brain.
Mhm.
If that doesn't, try this. You know, if
Right.
tooling doesn't, try this. There's 1,000 different options that you can play with of how to get the designs you want onto leather, and they're all fun. Just some more than others, as far as I can tell.
That's right. All right, let's play.
So I'm gonna start with just going over the ones we've got in this handy dandy little cheat sheet that you guys will be able to get.
Is it downloadable for them, Tony?
Yeah.
It's downloadable for you guys already. Check the
Downloadable.
description.
You'll notice it's different on, just ignore that tool number on mine. This is an old version I didn't fix. So I'm gonna go over a couple of these real quick so you all can kind of get the play-by-play on them. So I'm going to start with this Vayner one up top here, because as you can see, it's a pretty complicated little pattern. There it is on actual leather. But it's not too bad when you get your layout done. So I went ahead and marked with my wing dividers a 1/4 inch reference line and a center line on this belt strip, so I can start doing all that alignment.
Yeah, so rulers and wing dividers.
Big time. Yeah.
Big use your tools.
So
Desert Flower Studio says hi for the first time.
oh howdy, thanks for being here. So I'm going to use a slightly larger Vayner just 'cause it's a little easier to see on camera. But the way you start this pattern is I'm working from left to right on all these samples here so we can see the progression. So on this one, you just want to start by just getting one end of your Vayner on the edge that you marked, hitting it in there to the center, and then center to other edge. And that is the beginnings of your shape. Now you can see I used a longer Vayner, so it's a higher arch than the other one, but same difference. And then you want to go from that junction point back out to your edge. And the other way. So this little X is your basic shape for this. It looks a lot like those shell kind of coverage tools.
Mm-hmm.
Move my water so it doesn't get shaken off the table. And I'm going to keep filling out with that while Liz explains what she's doing. Or thinks out loud about what she's doing.
Liz is thinking about what she's going to be doing.
I know, so far I measured and cut my border.
Hey, good start. This one I didn't cut the border on because I don't want that cut border on this particular piece.
You know, I think I'm just gonna start with a camouflage tool and then go from there and
Yeah,
see.
see where you end up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna camouflage both sides.
Now I'll say, when we put this little sheet together last week, or the week before, I can't recall, but Anderson and I had done about half a dozen each of various little belt strip tests. And these are the 4 we picked for the final display to help to give out to you guys. Because I think they teach a lot of the more difficult concepts that we used while not being overwhelming.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of a thing, you know, you can, once again, look back to the 70s, guys.
Yeah.
If this is something that floats your boat and you're like, ooh, I want to get into this, and you need a little bit of inspiration.
Grab an Al Stolman book.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow.
Or just,
Timo.
what's up? You know, grab some of the ends of the belt strips that you have accumulated over the years, or buy we've got like a belt strip pack.
Yeah.
That's like a cheap pack that we sell here, like number 2 strips.
It's like a number 2 5-pack or something.
Yeah,
like that.
buy one of those, kind of, you know, and give yourself some little sample pieces just to kind of sit down, play, practice.
I stole these from our little scrap bin that we used to test our big embossing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Because like any machine, you want to run a test before you run your project.
And you know what? When you're making things, make them long enough to like make bracelets out of. So if you're a leather crafter that goes and sets up at some craft fairs and different things, and you're attempting to do some style belts, like cut a 9-inch strip.
Get paid for your practice.
Yeah. And just in case if you have something that's like, oh, that came out really cool, put some snaps in it, you know, cut some rounds on the tips or whatever tip you feel like cutting, and then antique it, put it on your table, and sell it for $10.
And if you are doing crafting at a show, you want to talk about making the people show. I think we found that out at Farm Fest. anytime we started to like do something, then people started to gather.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned that back when I was doing glasswork, because I had a show that I set up at and didn't sell a single thing. Then I had another show I set up at, and the hosts of the venue let me bring my torch and stuff with me. So I had a torch running doing glasswork. I sold a lot that day.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that Sandra with Bamsy Bags talked about.
I do want my border cut.
Like they take a sewing machine to all of their events with them, and she sits there and she will pre-prep a certain amount of bags.
Yep.
And get them to a specific point that she's determined that is easy for her to finish at the show. And so then she has this like just tub of bags that she can sit there, and I don't remember if it's like sewing handles or putting the bound edge on the top or something, but she has a certain set of things that she does, and that brings everybody into the booth. And it's like, oh, you're making these. Like, you're not buying them and selling them. Like, you're actually physically sitting
Yep.
here making them. She can customize them to a little bit of an extent for the people that are coming through.
People also second guess your pricing less if you're
Mhm.
working there, because they're able to connect the worker with the product.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Because I always hate the question of, well, how long did this take? It took 5 years to learn how to do it. So.
Right.
All right, so now I'm on to step 2 on this one. So I've already got my X laid out and I filled up my piece with it. And it's step 2 and 3 kind of can happen at the same time on this. I'm going to do these little fan taps here on the outside. So I'm starting my veiner pointed towards the bottom of this part here, kind of down towards that corner, and then tilting it away. So I get that fade out on it. And then just do that and kind of rotate it. And you get a nice little fan texture there. So I'm just going to do that along the whole thing now. And you'll have a little more detail.
Yeah, I think it's so rare to see people making things in real life anymore, you know?
See it
Going to those
online all the time, yeah.
Yeah, going to those craft fairs and being able to sit there and experience and talk to somebody about what they're making, how they're creating it. You know, if you've never been into a leather shop before and you don't know that all of these tiny tools exist that make one impression at a time on a piece of leather, somebody goes, oh my gosh, like this thing took forever for you to stamp all those individual tools on there. Make whatever's like, ooh.
Right?
That is like
It's
Art
pretty rad.
Nuevo, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's nothing I invented. It's kind of a classic belt design, but it's not one you see a ton.
I'm obsessed. I need a whole
absolutely
belt.
love it. Yeah, I adore it. It's not the fastest, but it's not bad. I have certainly made more cumbersome designs.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Thanks.
I do love a good shell, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, before you put the other thing in, then you just get like the blank shells in there.
Yeah. So if you want to leave it this way, you can. It's just a nice crisp.
Yeah.
But what
Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm obsessed.
I think I've seen it called like a peacock pattern or something like that.
Nice.
But on this reference here, I just called it a Vayner fan
Okay.
because
Yeah, you're fanning
I
your
like
Vayner.
to reference the tool and what it's doing in the name of things because it keeps it clear. And that way, I can help you guys get ahead of, your first couple questions. What tool do I use and what am I doing with it? Vayner, fan, boom.
Fanning
That
my
way,
Vayner.
everyone can just get going on their projects. So the next tool I'm going to use is this really neat little figure carving tool. It's a F925 or 6. I can't read it. It's 6. Getting old, Liz. But it's a neat little figure, just nice texture tool, and I'm lining it up to where the bottom shoulders here are going right against these veins. So I'll do a light impression so you guys can kind of see how I'm eyeballing my measurements. So you can see on there those little tick marks. That's how I check my alignment, is just kind of press it in by hand. Hey, Flower Studios, thanks for the 2 subs. That's a very sweet gift.
Thank you.
Yeah, Casey Moe subscribed with Prime, and then Desert gifted 2 subs.
Got
Thanks,
Casey
everybody.
in the house. But Dandy says, "Excuse me while I fan the old Vayner."
There you go. Yeah, what I like about this tool though is that it's kind of arched in the back, like raised up a little bit,
Mhm.
so it fades into your non-textured spots well.
I like that.
Then you just sneak a cedar in there. It's good stuff. I always come up with these stamping designs that are like 12 stamps deep, and no one wants to do that. So I tried to keep these to 3.
Station 3 leather seems very fire-ish. Station 3.
Are you at a firehouse,
Ah, I see.
Mr.
I've
Station?
seen common tools used differently instead of just having to buy more. That's kind of been what Ryan and I talked about to
Yep.
inspire this little series. And I told him, I just want to use tools that people might have that maybe don't like Sheridan style or the floral style of
Yep.
carving, where these are mainly used.
Yeah, and that's something like with these belt patterns specifically. These ones on the sheet are measured out for the tools we used on the width belt we used. But as you can see, you can switch tools. It'll just lay out a little different, but you can still get the same idea accomplished.
Cameron McIntosh.
So let's get this little guy. I like this little trefoil cedar.
Yeah, Beth,
that's
it'll
a good
be
call.
on YouTube. I'll try to remember to post the VOD on Twitch.
Hey, are we going on YouTube?
We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and I started Facebook.
Very nice.
Wow, Facebook actually, it let you start it?
Well,
Guys, we gave Tony a hard time, but he's on it.
when I'm sitting over there and I forget to do them, it doesn't get done. If I'm over here and forget to do it, then I can see it and be like, oh, I need to start those.
Whoopsies.
I'm at this point always tempted to do more, but I think I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. And that is just one additional tool, that little 3-way cedar. Otherwise, that's the one on the sheet that you guys get. So yeah, a fun pattern. You can go nuts adding more tools in there. I want to keep doing like Vayner fans in those middle sections, but sometimes less is more.
If you took that little triangle tool and left out the cedar part and painted it turquoise.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
like turquoise right there.
Southwestern feel.
That'd be very
Mhm.
sharp with that textured,
Or your
yeah.
other fans if you painted your fan
Yep.
painters with the triangle tool.
And that's a fun thing too, is these types of belt patterns antique up real nice.
Yeah.
Especially if you leave that open space, it'll really pop once it's antiqued. It'll make it look like those textures are all just flying off the leather.
Yeah,
Yep.
then you get handmade stuff all the time.
Can you get like a bag strap with that on it?
Oh yeah.
Holler!
You're not doing it the same way every time, then you got one-offs every time. Still general idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend years trying to do the floral carving. You can get this knocked out in one afternoon.
And that's the thing too, is if you've got folks around that just want to sit and hang out while you're tooling, but they don't really want to learn tooling, just hand them some stamps and some scrap and point them this way.
Yeah, we're not going to learn tooling, we're going to learn stamping.
Yep.
Desert Flower says, I did a Buffalo bill, one that took 2 weeks. Swore I wasn't going to do another one, but here I am doing a second one.
Yeah. That's always the way it goes. This table bounces.
I say, or stamping with a friend is never fun, so, you know.
It is if you're on a non-bouncy table.
Casey Moe, followed 10 minutes ago, subscribed 6 minutes ago with Prime, and first time chats considering the 3-hour drive to visit your shop for my very first leather purchase. Been searching online
Aw.
on the online store, but really need someone to point me in the right direction.
Well, get down here!
Yeah.
Well, why don't you ask your questions
down
now? Well,
We can.
And when you get
Flower
down
learned
here,
tooling at 87.
when you get down here, ask for any one of us, and we'll happily help you run around and look at stuff and get you all educated. All right.
We can also answer basic questions right now.
Yep.
That'll help everybody. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh no, you're good. Thank
Okay.
you. So all I did after that was went in. I did cut my border. I changed my mind, and then beveled it with just a shallow textured beveler. So that way, when I antique, this gets a little bit of a domed look, and also will let where these tools fade out really fade out.
Very nice.
It's a lot of figuring out how to the illusion of
show-
shapes.
Yeah.
The other one that you did, how the more shallow veiner.
Yeah, so that was
difference in it?
a shorter veiner.
Yeah.
And you can see it's a more level pattern, whereas this one's a little more arched.
Yeah.
But it's the same pattern.
Same idea.
Yeah. But so plenty of variety to be had with the
I
sword
think
work.
Denny, when we were doing those meanders, found that out using. This is using a different tool, but sometimes even using a tool differently.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to do a meander in the middle, and we'll see if it happens.
Yeah. Do you want to do this one, or do you want me to? Because I know you're pretty excited about that one.
It is a good one. I'll try to do that in a minute. I'll do
Cool.
that after I do this one.
I'll jump on down to the double serpentine. That one I didn't come up with as straightforward of a name, but it's not my forte.
Martin says, "You read my mind. I'm going to start a checkbook cover, and this is going to be exact. And this was exactly what I was planning on doing."
Perfect.
God, you could just do. If I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this.
I'm glad.
Like if you didn't do the border,
Yep.
and you just kept doing the veiners, because you just need another one. Like once again, it's a shell, right?
This can be a field.
It can be a
stand, yeah.
field. This can be a whole field, and that would be amazing.
You need a lot of layout lines if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how you would go on the next one because the
And you
shells
just-
stack on top of each
Yeah.
other.
Yep.
You just go to do boop boop. But you
See,
guys got a boop boop. You got it.
You got a boop boop, then you got a dip dip.
He gets it.
Whoop.
So this double serpentine one, I just really enjoy just mixing tools again. So I am running my serpentine border with the single-sided meander tool, and then I'll be running a geometric right down the middle of the piece. So,
Yeah, I think Denny, when he was calling it, he was naming that like the Eiffel Tower. That's like bulging at the top.
yeah.
A bulging Eiffel Tower.
I always just figure it's half of a meander, because there's that. There's a meander.
Bulging Eiffel
So,
Tower.
You're just kind of half a
The
one.
other one's an
It's like the
outline.
Taj Mahal. It's like the top of the Taj Mahal.
There you go. It's the Taj Mahal stamp.
Sergey probably makes one of those.
A Taj Mahal.
Most likely.
Oh, I do have a couple custom stamps coming from the Czech Republic. Milan Hetmer, the guy that I was fawning over his chaps at the Sheridan show. He contacted because I needed the border stamp that he had on his pair of chaps. And he's like, I can get you taken care of. He's like, this is my buddy. He makes these stamps. And so I've got 15 of 4 different tools on the way, and we'll probably have them. I'm hoping they get here in time for us to do them on the Cyber Monday live shopping. But we've got a really nice fleur-de-lis. There's, I think, 1 meander border, like this Taj Mahal, but different. And then the border stamp that I really liked.
Oh, these are the, these are
there's
the
one
Czech
other one.
Republic ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only alignment issue on this one is when you start your other side, make sure it is lined up. Because these are both serpentine borders in the end. But when you're laying out that first row, you want to make sure they're going to be curving together. Or you can do it opposed, however you want those to phase. If you want to be a nerd about it.
You either need to be perfectly on point or perfectly offset.
Yes. Yeah. You got 2 options.
You gotta be perfect at something.
And we all know I always am. I have never made a mistake in one of these videos.
Oh, William changed his name.
William. Sneaky beaky.
For informational purposes.
It's just because he's trying to get around me trying to block him on everything. No, I always enjoy William. He comes up to see us pretty often. We always chat for a while. He's great.
I like that meander in the middle.
That's just one tool,
Yeah,
guys.
it's kind of ending up pretty cool as is.
Oh, that's fun. That reminds me of like a chessboard.
Does it?
There's a bunch of pawns.
Okay.
Maybe, or like the border of a chessboard. Like it would be a really good border to a chessboard.
Maybe that.
My brain
I
goes
feel
like
a chessboard's
70s
just
lampshade.
Black and white.
Oh, yeah, like the ribbon around the edge of a 70s
Yep.
lampshade. Or like a crown.
I swear me and Liz aren't as old as we think we are.
We're pretty old spirited people.
Yeah. This is the first place I've ever worked that I am in the average age group of the place, I
Not
think.
the baby.
Yeah, I am not the youngest by like 20 years. Because, I mean, when I worked in my old data jobs, a lot of people have been in those jobs for 20, 30 years, you know?
Yeah, it was really nice of you guys to join me here. All the 35-year-olds.
Yep.
But Andy says it looks like his last EKG. Also, but Andy, if you notice, I'm over here at my computer, and the sound worked on the first go.
Everybody give Tony a round of applause.
He did the thing.
What he's not telling you is he normally sets it up and it comes over here, so it's still his
Well, and I don't usually, I'm not usually here when it goes live to see the meter not working.
He like gets it all set up and then he's like, okay, I gotta go. And then we go to start and then it's like, and then I have to go rush and find Tony. All right, so Ryan, tell me what I'm gonna do on this camouflage clover.
That's a weird way to put that.
That fit.
She's ignoring.
Perfect.
You rush and-
So this clover here is a fun one I did probably last year, just playing around and held on to a sample of. So the first thing I'm gonna do is mark a border. I think I did 1/4 inch on this.
A 1/4 inch, okay.
Let me see.
It looks
Yeah,
1/4
1/4
inchy.
inch.
Okay.
And then a center line.
Okay.
Once you got that laid out, we'll go from there. And I guess yeah, step one is just stamp your border with your camouflagers.
All right. Step 1, stamp my order.
Yep,
Okay.
just the whole dang border.
Whole darn thing.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, so this one, I think I set too wide of a border on, because if I go back to my original piece, that's an 1/8 inch border, not a 1/4 inch border. So we're changing it up on the fly. And like I said, I've never made any mistakes.
Not one ever.
But I'm still using the same tools because they line up really nice, as you can see here.
What's it look like up close?
Where the little geometric square I'm using just nestles on those
I was
little.
gonna say, I don't hate what's happening. It's like the
Yeah, I'm not mad at
bulging
the
Eiffel
outcome.
Tower is fitting in the slots.
The outcome is not bad.
Anybody go stare at the sky last night with their mouth open besides me?
It didn't happen until I had been asleep for probably like almost 3 hours.
You are an old man.
Yeah.
Because it happened, the strong point was from 8 to 9.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like all the pictures Ty was showing me were from 11. But I also live in a very light polluted part of town, so I don't really see many stars ever, unfortunately. So the northern lights certainly aren't coming out to play at my place.
You could probably have captured them with the camera, but not with your eye.
Right.
I went out pretty far north of Springfield, and you could see it with your naked eye. Easy peasy.
That's not nothing.
Okay.
Not nothing.
It's not what I was after. So now I'm gonna find some way to get those little lumpuses figured out, because they just look weird. They need something there.
Yeah.
But I'll figure that out.
And this is why we're experimenting.
Experiment. Is that anything?
Thomas says, "Hi, Liz." Hey,
Hello.
Ryan.
Now, do I need to be specific about lining up my... It doesn't really look like it.
Directly across.
It needs to be directly across.
Yep, because that way your inner rows that form a kind of negative serpentine with your borders
Mm-hmm.
will be together, and that's how you get the clover instead of like a zigzag.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. So you guys will get to see how the experimenting works, where I'll just slap a tool in there and go, nope, that's not it.
Thomas.
Little
is
test. That ain't it.
Thomas is from sunny Saskatoon. So
Ooh.
he probably saw some line.
I imagine that's a more, a less surprising occurrence. Something. Ooh, that may be something.
I understand what's happening.
You with me now?
Yeah.
Let's go a little smaller.
He went too wide.
Yeah.
You can't
Yep.
go back once you go too
My
wide.
border is too thick. So, up. Oh, there we go. So you can see here, I tried a meander first to fill that space. Didn't like it. Did a mule's foot. I like that much more. So I'm gonna carry on with that.
A mule's foot is always a good option.
They're handy. I've just got. They're like the only tool I don't have a million of, because I love having just the perfect tool for everything. Because I'm a nerd. But since I do mostly floral, a mule's foot doesn't come up in a lot of variety of ways in floral carving.
Yeah. You're like, I need to put something at the end of a vine.
Right, I need to fill out this dead space, you know, and just make it
Mule's
look
foot.
wrinkly. Yep.
Good to go. Yeah, I had a lot of fun last week with this guy. The multi-step mule.
The multi-mule. The mule train.
Yeah, wherever it is. Oh, it's probably in my pile.
I got to see all this stuff over on Andy's table from the mandala video, and that was awesome.
Yeah, okay.
You guys did great with that.
That was fun.
That is something, yeah, my brain just doesn't understand.
All right, so I have my two borders.
Yeah. So then this, I tried to imply it as best I could here. You're going to do what I was talking about earlier and take your mule's foot and just kind of wiggle yourself one in centered. And you want it to be where the toes are in the middle of that one.
With a mule's foot.
No, with a camouflager.
With a camouflage.
Yep,
okay.
same camouflager. That's the only tool you need for this.
And so I'm
pattern.
having.
Yeah, just so you're just making a measurement impression, basically. So you'll come in here.
Oh.
And yeah, you'll split this mule's foot in half. Or mule's foot camouflage. And just kind of give yourself some reference marks.
Give yourself some mule's feet.
So those, yeah. Those that'll just kind of wiggle your tool in the leather and get reference marks.
Okay.
That is like that's the business
Gotcha.
that gets these these kinds of patterns going.
And then this is where I'm gonna start doing my in between camo stamping, because I'm stamping then into the other side.
Yep. So then you can either it gets a better impression if you do the outward ones first and then come up the middle, just because of the way the stamp smushes previous stamps. So you just gotta kind of eyeball it, keep it level. It's not terribly difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. Modified, but still a neat little pattern. It got a little crowded, but I don't dislike it. Well, okay, anybody asking fun questions?
No, I think Casey Bo is on their way here.
Nice.
They made a first time chat and they were like, I'm considering the 3-hour drive. And they're like, screw it, I'm going.
Good, I'm on the way.
I'll see you in 3 hours.
You only have 2 hours left by the time we're done here.
That's right.
Oh, see, I got a call at 2:30 with a guy for some production work, as we were discussing the joys of production work.
Well, if you didn't see lights last night, you have another shot tonight. It'll
Mhm.
probably be. The forecast was for it to be stronger than it was last night.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better tonight. So I'll try to stay at past 8:30.
Cockeyed. Alright, we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, it's not terribly punishing. Because you're basically just lining your legs up with eyeballed parallel, you know? But once you add that final pass, it's a lot less punishing.
It looks like palm trees.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that right there?
Yeah.
I tell you what, the worst thing about stamping is light. You need light coming in at literally every angle,
Whoops.
from under you, from around you, from like like in your armpits. Like if somebody could develop like armpit lights that just stick here and then shine this way, that would be great. Can
The
we get
best-
that?
The best lighting setup I've seen was
I could
for,
make that happen.
What was it?
Just make a double holster that
Yeah.
can hold flashlights.
With just like some LED strips, just like shine. I just
There you go. Just make an LED strip suspenders.
like I have
Just a,
lights coming in, so I have like 2 spotlights or whatever this
Yeah.
way. I have 1 light in front of me, and it's still just like I need more light.
Yeah. The best lighting setup I've ever seen was this miniature painter I would watch because I also do that. And like little tabletop war games. But he had like several strips of like tunable LEDs set up on this like hoop arch over his workstation. Just a perfectly shadowless work environment for doing like tiny painting.
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. I'm so jealous.
I'm
But it looks
just-
like a pretty cheap setup.
Get an Alaskan chest holster made.
right, and then just put LED,
Yeah.
like battery powered LEDs on it.
Yeah, I was thinking the old school, like, like the old detective movie, like 80s detective holsters, where it's the double shoulders. I just have flashlights on it.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna start playing around a little bit.
Carl says I wear a headlamp. That's actually probably a good idea.
Yeah, I hold a flashlight in my teeth more than I should. After watching Liz play with the leaf liner last time I was in here, I'm gonna do the same on this.
Wasn't that fun?
It's a tool I don't use enough.
I
And
feel like I'm starting to get.
I don't think it's one we carry, but I've got the Berry King version and I love it. It's so crispy.
There's a guy in here. Oh, wrong one. There's a guy in here
Oh, it looks
yesterday and the day before, because he had to come back twice before they left from Southern Georgia.
great. Oh yeah.
And it was his first time in. He finally made it up. He was so excited to be here. And that was what he needed yesterday was the leaf liner. He stopped back in just to grab one of those.
Nice. They're a tool I didn't see utility for until Denny told me I was a fool for not seeing utility in it. Meaning I took Denny's class and went,
Oh,
because
that's-
Denny will never tell you you're a fool. He's
That's
too
what
nice.
that does. He might tell Tony.
As if you're really being a fool about something and he knows you well, he'll let you know. That's just good friend.
I can't wait for him to get back
I
and
know
all
it.
of his stories because Mary June told me that they got kicked out of Mexico, and I need to know more.
I am excited to hear who is to blame for that.
It was their car tags, so
Denny or Mary
probably
June.
Denny because they didn't get
Yeah.
new car tags.
Alright. Straight in real quick. Whoop. The tricky thing when trying to reference edges on something you're doing stamping like this on is that as you work, the strip curves. Because if you stamp all the way down one side,
Mhm.
my strip has now curved, well, slightly. It's easier to tell in person, but it's this way now.
I almost wonder if it's better to go through and do one side and then hit the middle and then line up the other side because I feel like I'm getting off.
Maybe so.
You
And you
know?
can always, just kind of
Maybe-
fudge it as you go.
maybe I'll just
And that, goes down the legs. And you get the nice little clover. And I love that pattern. It's a blast. And it is not terribly difficult.
is the person that's showing the person that just really messed it up a little bit.
Well, and also it says the person who has done it before.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I've done it before. It's not that hard. None of these are easy.
I tried to take up my slack and that was a bad decision.
I just got these pretty severely offset. But I'll
Yeah.
live.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stop it here because it's just.
But
gonna get
that's the
worse.
idea.
But this is ideal for these to come. So you do 2 rows facing each other of the camo tools, and then you come in the middle and you connect those. But my rows are
I'll
off.
let you show that one off because that's also way shorter, so it's a lot easier at that
yeah.
length.
This one looks really good. Look at this one. Do it this way.
Do it that way. It's easy. Just do it right the first time.
Start here.
Justin's
you know,
tooling.
Also,
My keyboard is making me mad.
it might make a difference if you use a camo tool that comes to more of a point.
Yeah.
And mine is a little bit rounded. So this is the
Oh.
one that I've been using.
Nope, there you go.
This one. And those little tips are rounded.
Yep.
And so this one where they come down to just like an extreme point, that makes it a lot easier. You put it in that point.
Mine arches higher too, which
Yeah.
gives you a little more room to get that clover shape.
Yeah. So that would probably, maybe I'll do a tiny section down here with the one that's pointy.
Yeah, we got plenty of strips. So whenever I'm playing with finding new ideas, I usually start at the outside and work my way in. Because if you're going to mark a center line, you want to make sure you're stamping down the bulk of that center line, or else your mark will be visible after your antique, which is always a shame.
I know.
So now I've got just this nice little border using that leaf liner, and I just used the full impression of it, which is not the normal way of using that tool. And it gets a cool little spiky border. So now I want to play with that. Let's do a veiner. How do we want to use our veiner? That. Get out. Yeah, I can handle that. Liz listening to me make my thinking noises.
And maybe.
And yeah, as I'm doing this and I'm looking at what tools to use and lining them up, I'm doing that thing where I'm just by hand kind of pressing it into the leather to see where it lines up, knowing that later I can tool over that and you won't see it anymore. So I'm taking a pretty thick little scallop veiner and just making hoops. And I think I'm going to go like every other leaf liner and do a hoop like that.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Thank you. Is that tool making a difference?
Yeah, well, and I also think do one side and then come over and like you were just saying, do this lightly up the center.
Oh, yeah.
And then that
get all
gives
your
you
reference marks.
where, you know, your tool needs to line up on this side when you come over directly from here. That way you're always on.
Yeah, wiggling the tool into place by hand just to leave those gentle impressions.
Mm-hmm. Give yourself a little bit of a guide. Yeah, that looks good.
See, I'll show you on this what I'm doing to measure it out because I'm trying to get them to meet in the middle. So you can see I just smushed it by hand and there's just the faintest impression up where they'll meet at the tips.
Nice. Dragon Star, it depends on the like area size of your stamp. For these little guys, like just a standard mallet is fine. You do want to make sure you have a granite slab. We always want to tool
100%.
on our granite slabs, everybody. Something that's at least probably 1.25 inches thick. That way you don't bust it if it's too thin.
Yep.
We don't tool on our wooden kitchen tables or our concrete garage floors. I know that those are all super handy, but
Or
we're
on your
always
granite countertops, you'll get in trouble.
yeah, unless you know maybe you live alone and
Unless it's just
you
you,
don't have
so you don't
anybody
have
to
to
yell at you. But granite slab, you can go to your local granite place and buy a sink cutout. You can buy them through us and pay some money for shipping, and we pack it hopefully well enough to like ship it across the country to you.
It's not a common issue, I hear. So
Yeah, no, they used to break a lot, but
yeah,
we
nailed
have
it.
we do a lot of bubbles. We buy custom bubbles that you have to fill up with an air compressor to.
So buy the granite so we have an excuse for this.
Yeah. Granite packing sucks. I've done it a few times in the past few months,
Oh my
and
gosh, it's awful.
it's awful. But we will sell you a granite, and it probably will get to you okay because we do buy specific bubbles for the granite. Let's see here. So you need a granite slab for something this size. Any really, you know, like most of your medium to lightweight mallet should be fine. I think this is going to be like a 9 or 12 ounce poly mallet. That that's perfectly fine. If you start getting into some of the, some of your larger headed stamps or like your 3D stamps,
Yeah.
or your big field stamp, something like this where you have large surface area, that's when it gets handy to have a heavier mallet so you don't have to hit it as hard to get the impression to go down.
Rick Hawks.
What's up, Rick?
He says hi.
On the Facebook?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, Rick, on Cyber Monday, we're doing all day live shopping.
That's the first Thursday in December. First Thursday.
First month. Is it a Thursday?
Oh,
It's a
sorry.
cyber, it's a Monday.
Monday.
I was like, weird name for the Thursday shopping.
Hold on. Actually, December the 1st.
December the 1st.
How about that? First day.
I hope you're
first
doing
Monday.
good, Rick. I hope you're doing good. Sorry for always telling you when you can spend your money with us.
That'd
His
do
leather
anytime.
supply has to be getting short. We need to fill it back up.
That's right.
We're looking out for him.
But anyway, so larger headed stamps, heavier mallets are nice. But once again, granite will make your life way easier. Making sure you have the right amount of water in your leather is going to make your life easier. If it's too wet, it's going to get mushy and smushy. If it's too dry, it's not going to make a good impression or burnish nicely. So finding that right amount of moisture for the leather that you have. And then also just remembering that Herman Oak tools and stamps the bestest.
It does.
So
It's funny,
There's
this morning, Stacy's been working on tooling a lot. And this morning,
he's getting good.
it's really good. I like
Freaking
watched him do
Stacy.
his first project. I was like, yeah, you'll be fine.
It was like, hey Spencer, how you doing?
Right. But
Also a grandpa.
this morning he grabbed some Herman Oak and he was working on some Herman Oak. I heard him tap like 3 times and he goes, "Oh my gosh, this is different." I was like, yeah. There's a reason it costs more.
Yeah.
Extremely high quality. So I'm going through, after I've done those veiners, you can see just due to all the leather is being mooshed around, my leaf liner is barely visible. It got kind of pushed back out. So I'm just going through and resetting those, but you can see the pattern I've got so far. And as my moisture gets a little lighter, my burnish gets a little darker.
Yep.
If you're ever noticing you don't get a dark burnish while you're tooling, just let your leather dry more before you do it again. And see, I'm of the camp, Tony. I noticed you said we're not tooling today. It's a pointless division of semantics, but I'm always of the camp that this is still tooling, but it's not carving.
Right.
Yeah,
But some people
even though
see
we
this as not tooling, and it's, who cares?
I still say tooling when I do it, but
Right.
technically it's more stamping than tooling. But you still are using a tool.
Right.
You're using
Yeah.
a tool
Well, and
to do stamping.
Technically,
I think just
according to who?
semantics.
Who's defining these words
Yeah.
in this context? You know,
Tomato.
Semantics.
tomato.
Let's see here.
and
OG the
apple.
Flame Keeper. I've been trying to stamp on my
Yeah.
regular table. Well, on my self-healing mat on my table. Maybe that's the biggest issue. We'll
Yes.
definitely try that before buying stamps. They're so expensive.
Yeah.
Did you talked about going to find a piece of granite, right?
Yes. Yeah, we talked about the granite. So yeah, you need a piece of granite. And honestly, I have my whole work table is covered in a piece of granite, and then I have a self-healing mat, or I have a mat on top of it. And I've started just stamping there. Sometimes I forget that it's there because my mat is
Yeah.
on top of it. And I was just like, oh, I wonder how this works. And I can just tool right there. I don't have to move
Yeah.
over to my additional granite slab for like when I'm setting hardware.
Yeah.
So a lot of times for tooling, you know, the 1.25 inch isn't necessarily you need something that's not gonna bounce. You need
Yes.
something that's not gonna bounce. So like rubber mallets, not good.
Yep.
Metal hammers, not good.
Yep.
You want to use something that's poly or rawhide.
Yep.
To eliminate a lot of the bounce. Like a lot of people are like,
And
oh, I
to
just
not
got my
beat up
rubber
your
mallet,
tool.
and I'm like, oh, cool. You're just gonna stair step your way right out of leather work because you're gonna hate it.
It'll make your tool chatter,
Yeah,
and
that's the word.
you're also wasting a lot of your energy
Yeah.
in rebound. And with the table, what you're running into is if you don't have a good slab of granite under you, you're trying to push really hard with each tool against a surface with give.
Yeah.
So you're not getting the depth that you want. You've got to hit it way harder, way more times to get the same depth that
Yeah,
a
the
tap gets
table
you on
is
granite.
giving, not the leather, and you want the leather to give.
Yes.
That's the important part.
That's
You talked about going
Put
to
it.
granite countertop stores and
Mhm.
asking them for
Yeah.
cutoffs.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you can
she
go to
said, "We've got
countertop
them
places.
too."
You can go to monument places.
Yeah, I was gonna
We've
say-
talked about headstones before. Just pre-buy your headstone and use that to tool, and then there you
That's a
go.
good idea.
I know. That
It's your
was gonna,
life's work marking your life's end.
yeah. Everybody go buy their
Poetry.
headstone and then make a table that's real shallow so that you can
Yeah.
use your foot tall.
And tool the liner for your own coffin.
Yeah, make a leather coffin. It'll be compostable if you make it out
Or
of
like
veg.
a wrap for your urn.
Yeah. Urn koozie.
An urn koozie.
How did we get here?
Well, the way that we always
Granite.
do.
The reasonable way we got there. It makes sense.
You were talking about your dad earlier, and this March will be 18 years since my dad passed away, and my daughter Isabella let me know that we would not be a part of the Dead Dads Club at the same time. And I was like, oh, thanks, honey.
That was really special of you to tell me.
Yeah,
She's
Is it-
right.
I didn't say she wasn't.
It's like you're
right.
not wrong, but I didn't want that.
Thanks, honey.
Is a dead blow hammer okay? Aren't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's got a hard face, if it's got a rubber face, it's still you're getting the mallet will be giving then if it's a rubber
Mhm.
face, but if it's a hard poly face, you'll be fine.
And aren't those typically pretty heavy?
Oh, I've
Uh,
never.
you can get them down to like 8 ounce and stuff. We've
Oh,
got
okay.
teeny tiny
Okay.
little ones.
I was just gonna say you might just be like
So they're
harming
usually-
yourself if you're using a really heavy mallet when you
they're
don't need
they're
to.
usually a metalworking mallet, so they come in a ton of different weights. Because
Okay.
if you're doing like chasing and representative and stuff, you don't want a 3-pound mallet
Yeah.
or a 20 ounce mallet. You want a little guy to because
You
using
see-
similar tools.
Did you see Rick Dobie had a
I know a neck lamp from HF
Harbor
Light.
Freight?
Oh, gotcha.
Ah, smart.
Light comes from under your chin.
Love the old
That is
Harbor
a
Freight
good-
special.
I'm sure you can find something on Amazon.
If you don't have a Harbor Freight near you.
I think I'm calling this one accomplished. There's certainly more that could be done, but I'm pretty happy with that. So there's my little play design today. So I used my leaf liner to get those
Ah.
like little trapezoids along the edge. And then every other one I did an arch with a veiner and then slapped a camouflager in the others.
I feel like you could go through and put some cedars in there. And that would be-
Right,
That's what I was looking
You
at.
can seed everything and
What
it's
you
just
got
more
for
fun.
a cedar?
I do have a little point.
So
I was gonna
there's
say,
a
if you
little
stack
baby
your-
guy.
I do
Stack
have
your veiners on top of each other, and then in the off areas, you did a cedar. You can't really do it when you have everyone on.
Man, I haven't really used them yet, but this past year at Sheridan, I got a whole
Mm.
set of dots from Berry King,
Oh,
and I need to find a way to use them because that is one of my favorite kind of background are those graduated dot lines.
yeah.
And I haven't perfected that. That's harder than it looks to do those graduated
You've been
dots.
seeing the ones I've been doing, right?
I don't know.
Oh man, yeah,
I
because I
haven't.
have gotten really into that background of the, kind of a bubble texture that there's tools for, but doing
Mhm.
it the hard way. And I love it. Oh yeah, this is something. Now we're getting somewhere, folks. Getting crowded, but looking pretty cool.
Oh,
Thank
I do like that. Very nice.
you, thank you. Doing this though, where my lines are coming into contact with each other as two borders, really starts to tell on you if you're accurate with your alignment.
Yeah.
Leatherwork does not like you to go uncalled out for any mistakes.
You know, but once you antique things, it tends to
It
just make it
helps,
look
yeah.
fine.
There we go. So just another hit with that same veiner.
Also, once you have a whole field of it, like you might have like a few little legs here and there that are funky, but
Mhm.
once you have an entire field, your eye doesn't see those individual things anymore. It sees the whole pattern, and it kind of covers up a lot of errors that you might make as you go through and individually stamp with each
As I
tool.
told the office today when they were doing a little tooling lesson with me, antique covers a lot of sins.
Hmm.
Little mistakes can often wash out, but then some things get far worse. Like if you've made a cut in a place you don't want to cut, so you tried to like stamp it down, oh, that shows back up when you antique.
That's
Don't.
part of the thing with the brain or with the brain. When things get too complicated, it just starts deleting things
Hmm.
because it doesn't want to take in all that information. So then it hides the mistakes.
Yep.
So keep adding to your design. If it looks bad, just keep
More.
Hitting it. Just keep hitting it.
More is
Pick up
more.
Doesn't tell you got a flat piece of leather.
So then, or you can just slap some little finger carving in there, just to give it some little boop,
Some
I don't know.
bushes.
something. Yeah, all sorts of stuff you can do. I think this is a really fun way to use all these stamps.
Yeah. Still the
Uh,
bestest.
Yeah, there's this one that Anderson had done that I'm not brave enough to attempt. Because,
Oh,
again, this is Andy's zone, is this precise layout. He's got that under control. Trying to get, there we go, now the shadows are helping.
I light it up so you can see down on the table, but when you go up here, it's like, I'm bright.
Yeah, which is, it looks good down here, though. But yeah, so I really enjoy this is, this is a good way to kill time, which killing time can also be productive.
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking on a big project like construction or tooling issues that are just banging my head against them all day, sit down and knock out some belts, bracelets, what have you, with this sort of stuff.
Hair barrettes,
Or-
guys.
Oh, hair
Hair
barrettes.
barrettes are totally back in.
All of this stuff we've covered the last few weeks, go nuts on hair barrettes.
Yes. Andy was doing like, he did the
Yeah.
butterfly and the oval.
It's so cool.
I loved it so much. Like, you can $10 barrettes, $15 barrettes, you know, whatever. Just to have something for the kids at the shows. Hair barrettes are.
Mhm.
We sold a ton of those at Farm Fest this year.
I bet. Yeah, this is fun.
can
Don't.
you name off some of the tools that you're using?
Yeah. So I'll just do this one real quick. So this chunky Vayner, I think, is the most interesting one out of this. V406. The other ones are all on the sheet, so I won't cover those.
Oh yeah, we have this that
But-
you can download from the video
Mhm.
that gives you the tools for most of the things that we did today.
Here.
And if you print it at 100%, those are
Ah.
to scale. So
Look
you
at you
can
go.
you can measure your wing dividers off of these prints if you print it out at 100%. Because I'm nice to you guys.
Yeah, but like any veiners, if you have veiners,
Yeah.
which are going to be the little tools that look like an eyebrow or an eyelash line, like those are your veiners. Sometimes they're scalloped, sometimes they have lines, sometimes they're smooth. Whatever veiner you have, pull it out, use it.
I also like doing this because I never use my scalloped veiners in my carving.
Yeah.
I just always use my straight veiner.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then use a border tool of some sort.
Figure
Use a
stamps are
cedar.
fun.
Cedars are like the things that are just little dots, so you can, use an individual one. He has one that looks like a little flower.
3 little
Yeah.
seeds. It's great for dogwood flowers.
So,
Sunflowers.
Yep.
yeah.
So this is one, like, we could list off all the tools we've got out on the table, but it's really 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Oh, we have 1 minute. I want to show you one really cool one really fast that I
got
totally
excited.
forgot. It's one of the more fun ones I've come across.
Well, and I think, like this is an exercise of just using what you have.
yes.
Like, if you don't have any tools, that's great. Go get some.
Yeah.
Please.
But if you grab
Order
the,
them on our
like,
website. That'd be
the
great.
Denny starter set, it'll have most of this stuff.
Yeah, but
This
if
is
you're
fun.
sitting there and you just have your rack of tools that you got at like, I don't know, a garage sale down the street and you're like, what do I do with these things? Be like, okay, Vayner, this is a thing. I'm going to do this. All right, you want to go to the overhead?
Sure.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, you're good.
It's just one I forgot, and it's really rad and involves camouflagers and veiners. So, normal little camouflager border there. But then when it gets exciting is you grab your thumbprint tool from your floral carving if you've got one, and just come in here at a little bit of an angle. And whack your knuckles.
Don't do that.
You either had too much coffee or not enough.
I know, I feel like I've had too much. And
Right in there,
super
where'd
light.
my smooth veiner? Here you are. So, thumbprint just went right in those.
Yes.
And now where it really hits, Liz. And it looks like you have a super complex border. So yeah, you can see why I wanted to come back for that.
So then you just went into where your the edges of your camo was and
Yep.
used your veiner.
So you do your camouflage border like normal, toe to toe, and then hit that thumbprint or pear shader right inside your camouflage arch, kind
Mhm.
of pointing, angling down the downstream, and then come with your veiner and follow that.
It does look like toes.
That does look really
It's
cool.
yeah, you get like a really complicated border really fast. So snuck that in, only 1 minute overtime.
Casey is not quite on his way yet. Or their way. Them way.
Hey,
Well,
thanks,
come on
everybody.
down. It's a
Yeah.
good time here.
Everybody
we'll give
come
you a
on
tour.
down.
We'll show you what we got. We'll show you what we can do for you. We're weird and it's fun.
And I'm excitable, as you can tell.
Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much. Friday, Ryan will be back, and we will be doing a Class 3 demo, basically. So if
It'll
you're
be a
curious,
class 4, but same difference.
yeah, okay, perfect. So
It's a
if
long
you,
neck class 3.
we're gonna do a long neck Class 3 demo. So if you are curious about the heavy stitchers that we offer, if they will work for what you are needing, what you're doing, join us on Friday. Bring your questions for Class 3, Class 4, or King Cobra, which is a extra. It was like a 27-inch Class 4.
4, I think. Yeah, it's huge. I've
Uh,
seen 2 of them in person, and they look fake.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. So anyway, so join us on Friday for machine learning. We're gonna have a good time here in Missouri.
See y'all again Friday.
Go check out the lights.
I don't know what just happened. Bye.